What's your backstory? What were you doing before discovering and before joining the real world?
So yeah, I was it's actually kind of it's kind of a semi-common story that I've heard. So it's almost been a year since I've been in the real world. And it was about last December. I'm in the military. So I have about a year until I out process and my contract is done with the military. And I've had enough of hurry up and wait. I've had enough of people pretty much, telling me what to do. So I was like, man, I'll try with this entrepreneurial route. I thought it was going to be some like crazy thing that only a select amount of people who had these secret codes that knew the, secrets of the universe could actually do. But I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna take a bet on myself. And so I basically was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. The way that the tax system is structured, the way that the lifestyle is for the people who decide to go and take a bet on themselves uh, would actually go through with it. So I heard, Tate on a podcast, and I was just like, you know what, it's $50, might as well. And I've always wanted to do something with writing because I've always been creatively inclined that way. And I found the copywriting campus. I worked at it for about 2.5 months. Like that's all I did was just like learn the patterns and learn how to actually create that mindset of an entrepreneur. And then I got a couple of small wins with some projects, and then I got some bigger wins later. So that's how I pretty much started. So I've always been really good at writing. So I used to a little bit of like background before the military. I was actually on the path to medicine, and I was studying biochem, and I was in a lab, the Walling lab over at UCR, and my professor that was like overlooking the experiments that I was running for an internship, she said, "You write probably some of the best stuff that I've seen. We just need to make it a little bit more mechanical with these words and this word, but you write really, really well." And I've always had similar experiences with teachers and people in general, right? In my family or whoever has seen my work. And so I've always wanted to translate that into a living or like a stream of income, because I think it's rather profound, the written word. Like it's even biblical, right? So as God spoke, life became. And I think it's the same thing. Like you can write, you can even type these little fucking pixels on the screen, and you can move someone's emotions. You can cause them to buy, you can cause them to feel your suffering or your enlightenment and enjoyment. So I always thought that that was beautiful and profound. And I think that there's a really deep meaning to all of that and to what the human existence is. So I wanted to, make sure that that skill was built up. And plus, at the time, even though I make money with like the military and some other side stuff I was doing, like crypto and all that good stuff, before everything just fucking hit the fan, I wanted to consider myself broke. I wanted to consider myself poor because I wanted to build a skill set that I can take and translate through all realms of business. So that's pretty much why I chose copywriting in particular. So, it's actually kind of funny is you can't get it for free. You can't. You have to pay a price. If you really want to know how to like really move people emotionally, and if you really want to know how to understand the philosophies behind not just copywriting, but outreach to people through cold email, having the mindset of an entrepreneur, having the mindset of someone who's in this hustle and grind and trying to get out of the rat race, you really need to have this mindset and have these tools at your disposal. You can, okay. So as I increase my marketing IQ, as I increase my abilities to not just copyright, but also push beyond those realms and not commoditize myself, but carry businesses forward, and increase my marketing IQ because of that. I've realized that all of that free shit is just lead gen, right? It's just a lead magnet. So you eventually pay for these people's masterminds, you eventually pay for these people's services to just say, hey, fuck it, I'll just have them do the copywriting. So I started to get really annoyed by all that other stuff, right? I was already in the real world, or HU at the time. Andrew hadn't made me an apprentice yet, but I was still, trying to figure what the fuck copywriting was, because it really is a foreign language to people who don't know what it is. So I really had to make sure that I ingrained those pathways in my brain.